fishing friends to another adventure. A very interesting day for us today. The wind is out of the northwest a little bit. You don't see that too often here. So I'm gonna see how this turns out. Right now I just threw out a little crappie rig here just to work this little shoreline, but that's not why we're here. We're here to redeem ourselves from the last Lipless Crankbait challenge. And we're gonna see if we can catch some on the Lipless Crankbait today. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name's Alan, and I'm usually making some kind of fishing videos. And this is one of my little crappie jigs. Ooh. And he got hammered right there. Did you guys see that? Yeah, some nice bats. This is one of my hand-tied jigs. And he just came up and hammered it. Let's go. There he is. I just need to pop it out of there. That's a decent little bass. Boy, he was just hanging around the rocks there. And he came up and just walloped it. That was kind of fun. He was just cruising right along here. I was reeling it in so I could start the Lipless Crankbait challenge. He must have been following it. It's kind of a chartreuse looking deal with a little bit of flash. I saw him come up out of there and just pow. Anyway, getting distracted now. One more cast right along here. Oops, I messed that one up. Maybe not. I see what the problem is. The wind's got me kind of bunched up here, tangled up here. This is like 4-pound line. All right, we're getting too off course here. There's a ton of crappie from between here and the buoy. Crappie and yellow bass like to hang out. There we go. I got another one. This one's just a little bluegill. But boy, he sure did pop it. I may have trouble digging this one out. There we go. So there's two of them, even with the cool weather and this little front. Just on this little dang it, I messed that one up. On this little slip bobber. All right, there we go. Last cast. I need to do a slip bobber challenge, little crappie type deal, one of these days. One of the many challenges. I made a list of them. Yeah, that looks good, man. One more. So my little hair jigs, I've sold a bunch of them on eBay. I think I was talking about that on my live stream. I may put some more up there. I got tons of them. All right, we're done with this. I know it's fun, but we got some fish we got to catch with the crankbait, the lipless crankbait. Yep, you can see the wind is blowing straight in. Look how beautiful the water is out there. A couple guys crappie fishing. Some stumps and things out there. The water actually has some decent depth here, so we'll work it, see what we can come up with. All right, guys, I got my usual setup that I always bring. I've got an Avid with me. This one's the Mojo 12 and 12. 12-pound fluoro, 12-pound braid. I'm using the Sunline SX1 and Sunline Sniper for the leader. I've got on a little chrome and blueback rattle trap right here. Nope, this one is the Super Spot from Cordell. So the point of this challenge is, with all the other ones, is I'm trying to catch the fish just on the lipless crankbaits. Not counting the two that I just caught tinkering a little bit. I just wanted to throw one of my little hair jigs in there. So any kind of fish counts. We're on this little point here, and we're just gonna work her through. And that breeze is nice. A little breezier than I like, but it's fine. Fish flash right over the lure. Are you kidding me? I think I have a fish. Are you kidding me? What is happening here? I've got a fish and it's like wrapped around a rock. This is crazy. Guys, this is nuts. I just got to let the line out and see if he'll go. Oh man, what a weird. All right, guys. The fish got off, and it just, he was smart enough to get himself unhooked. And then I tried to get it off of whatever it's caught on down there, and I just couldn't, so I had to snap the line. Crazy. So I'm using a Red Zone Bill Lewis rattle trap, and this one kind of just hangs there. It's a suspender. You can kind of see it down there a little bit. It's in like a little shad pattern. It's a pretty cool little lure. Pretty neat. All right, well, hopefully we'll catch something on this. It is a little breeze. It's supposed to die down, but it feels good. That's the thing. It's not a hot, like a super hot wind, it's just a nice wind. Throwing some old school gold, guys. Little sugar shad that vibrates on the fall. Shimmies all the way down. They don't make them anymore. So I try to find them when I'm cruising eBay. They got different sizes in them, but if you let it sit there, it'll just shake all the way down. Great little bait. We're hooked up. There we go. There we go. Let's get her over here. That's a nice fish. Oh my gosh, guys, check that beaut out. That was on the red-eye shad, kind of a gold pattern. There we go. Oh, man, that was a nice fish right there. Let me show you what I caught that on. Ooh. There we go, right there. Smoked it on this thing. Man, that was just a great fish right there. So the Lipless Crankbait Challenge is a success. Man, I took a little bit of a lure selection to get that done. I went through a whole bunch of them. See if I can get this one to show you what it looks like in the water. He had a buddy with him, so I'm gonna try to, look at that. Just that flash in there, it's got that black back, that big eye. I'm gonna try to work this stretch right here because he had a little friend with him. But when he hit that thing, it was just like boonk. Dang it, I got this wrapped up. Come on. Here we go. Now I probably spooked all his little buddies out of there. So the wind's blowing right into me now. It shifted. It was coming over my left shoulder. Now it's coming right into my face. Right there is where I hit that guy. It was just a thunk. And then it was like a little soft twitch, and then he really started to dig and take off. All right, so some redemption on the Lipless Crankbait Challenge. I got a couple of baits I'm going to test out, guys, here in a little bit. But I want to throw this around a little bit more. I got a couple other crankbaits, lipless crankbaits that are those XPS ones. They're kind of small. The Bass Pro Shops ones. So I'm going to throw those around for a little bit too. All right, so there you go. And this lure I got because a dude had 15 lipless crankbaits up. What amount was essentially pretty much $2 a piece. He had a bunch of Bill Lewis, some cotton Cordells, and a whole bunch of these. And then he had one Excalibur, which is, those sell really well. I was watching guys, they had a couple bids in, and they had to buy it now, and I was like, why hasn't anybody bought this yet? So I let it sit there for just a little bit, and then I just bought them. And I was like, there we go. So keep your eyes peeled on eBay, because you can find some like that where somebody's just trying to get rid of them, or maybe they got them in a garage sale or something. They don't know what their value is. Oh man, that just looks terrific in the water down there. I got to be careful here. There's some snags, but I want to try to run this stretch right here. Oops, I may be into the danger zone here. There's all kinds of stumps and junk out there. Careful. See, the wind's blowing everything right into me now, so running it through here is actually pretty helpful, because all these, I can see all the bait fish getting pushed up into here above the rocks even. Let me know what you guys are catching up north. My buddies up north, that fall fishing is definitely, things have changed. Here it's still hot. It was kind of a cool morning, but now we're definitely getting up there in the heat. All right, so now I got to figure out what the next challenge is going to be. Switch it up to that little XPS. Guys, here it is. It's this little chartreuse with black. I got these almost a year ago for the Black Friday deal. They had a whole bunch of these for just like a couple of bucks, and nobody was buying them. And I'm like, man, those things are perfect for downsizing, like in the fall, or for smallmouth. Smallmouth just love these little guys. And this is a good color too, so we're gonna run this through here for a little bit. Still using the Mojo 12 and 12. Probably a little bit too much line for this guy, but I'm casting it out there just fine. I need to do a search like on eBay and see if we can get just a whole lot of them that somebody's wanting to get rid of. Check the Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's once in a while, and they don't have that. They have a little bit different size of one, but not quite this one. So I'm gonna have to keep looking for this size. It may have been just something they just did a quick run on to test the market, and they're never gonna run them again. They're like 1.5 inches, I think. Look and see, but ooh, I can see some fish jumping out there. We're right on the edge of a massive crappie zone from about 10 feet out all the way out to that buoy. People are constantly pulling up here in boats and just whacking crappie. Oh, yeah, that looks good right there. Come on. And I never throw any of that Cabela's Bass Pro Shop stuff. They keep putting more and more of that stuff in there. If people would quit buying it, then they'd carry more of the name brand stuff. I guess I'm to blame since I bought a whole bunch of these, but I rarely ever get any of that XPS stuff. The other thing is there's a potential for a big crappie just to hammer this. There's some big crappie in this lake. Lake X. You'll probably guess which one I'm at. I've been here so many times, but sometimes I tell you, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what my mood is and if people already know a lot of the good spots here. I never ever see anybody fishing this riprap on foot, ever. Bank fishing. Boats will pull up to it and kayaks will sit right out here, I mean close, and they'll fish it, but I never see anybody on foot over here. Still throwing this XPS chartreuse blackback little lipless crankbait. I've been trying to figure out what my next challenge is going to be. I think it's going to be spinner baits. Not inline spinners, but just spinner baits. We'll see how that goes. I love throwing those, and they're actually pretty good for the fall. But down here, you kind of throw all that out the window because we'll still be warm. We're at Halloween and we've had really hot temperatures, but then I've been around October 9th one time. We had a big blizzard in Amarillo when I was teaching up there, but it's a higher elevation than here in the Dallas area. There's all kinds of junk out there. I don't know if it's trees or rocks or what, but I keep hitting it. I've got one snag out there, and I'm trying to run this over it without getting hung up again. And that one snag was where I had a fish. He wasn't very big, but he got wrapped around something, and then he threw the hook. I could see him thrashing down there. See, there's like stumps and junk in here. There's no telling what kind of brush piles people have thrown out here too for crappie. Oh, that'd be awesome if I got a big crappie on this thing. Alright guys, it's gonna wrap it up for this challenge. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun making it. Some redemption. Ah, that was awesome. Alright, until next time, I will see you then. Bye bye. Now get out there and get your lures wet.